What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at HBI Auto and we're going to take a look at this Porsche 911 Carrera. So huge shout out to them for providing the sports car for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website because they have a ton of awesome pre-owned inventory, including that McLaren that you see off in the distance behind me. So we're gonna jump right into it. This is a 2005 Porsche 911 Carrera. Is it worth buying a half-price 911? Let's check it out. So like I said, this is a 2005, and when you compare it to the 2021 year models, they have a starting price right around $99,000 and can easily climb up to around $200,000 just depending on the options and trim that you go with. So the model that you see in front of me is around 50 grand with 45,000 miles. And I actually recently just drove a 911, the 2021 year model. So I'll have that video down in the description below if you'd like to check that out. This model that you see in front of me has the 6-speed manual. The 21 that I drove had the PDK, so it's gonna be interesting to check out the manual. I think you have to get the manual for any Porsche really, and it's awesome that they still make the manual, so you can still get a 911 manual in the 2021 year model. But the biggest differences that we're gonna go over today, let's start off with the engine specs. In order to gain access, just like in the 2021, we have the controls down below for the front trunk storage space, as well as this rear hatch. So if we open that up, this deck lid is a little bit different. The spoiler is also a little bit different on the 2021. It actually has a spoiler behind the engine, but you'll see this is the 3.6 liter flat six. It pumps out 325 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. Now in the 21 year model, they made it a 3 liter flat six with 379 horsepower and 331 pound-feet of torque. So it is a little bit beefier with a smaller engine. And as I mentioned, this model here is paired to the 6-speed manual, or you can get the PDK transmission as well. And then to go over a few more specs before we take a look at the exterior and the interior, the 0 to 60 time goes from 4.8 seconds on this model here to 3.6 seconds on the newer model. Top speed was improved from 182 to 199, and we have curb weights that are right around the same. They vary between 3,000 and 3,700 pounds is what I found online, just depending again on the option, the trim that you go with. But is it worth getting a half-price Porsche 911? This is definitely a very nice looking car. Of course, the 2021 year model is going to have a little bit different updates, but this has a very similar profile to the newer model. So we're gonna start up front here. I love the fact that this Model 2 has this front splitter on it. Kind of gives it more of that GT2 style to it. And you'll notice too that the turn signal and the high beam is right in the center of the bumper. On the newer models, that's actually integrated into one of the air inlets in the front section of the bumper. So we still have those large openings to provide cooling to the front components. And of course, we still have the front trunk storage space, making it a very practical daily driver. So in order to do that, we can use the button inside as I just showed, or you can hold this middle button on the key fob and it will pop. There's a latch over on the left side, so it just takes a little bit of wiggling there. And you can see there's a lot of storage. I have my camera gear, there's a car cover in here too. Definitely plenty of room. You can pack a lot of items up front, especially with that rear engine design. It's really nice to see how practical it is and how usable they've made that front storage space. And as we work our way to the side profile, still has the same design to it. I really like the wheels on this model too. Of course, they've been upgraded over the years. We have the fuel cap on the passenger side as well. We do not have integrated turn signals in the side mirrors, which of course I don't think many 2005 models did. Although we do still have a sunroof. It's really nice though to see that this is body colored. On the newer models, they are gloss black because they have that panoramic style to them. But it's really nice to see, not many coupes have sunroofs, so that was a great option to see for 2005. And we have the red brake calipers, which look great against this color. And as we work our way to the rear, of course, there's no LED lights like on the newer models, but we still have the dual exhaust down below, and we already got a sneak peek at the engine cover here with these slats in it. A little bit different than the 21 design. Of course, we have the third brake light, and then this does have a wiper blade, which the newer models do not have. It's surprising to see it on this 2005 because of the rake of that rear glass, but nonetheless, we still have a great design for the rear end of this car. So that's a quick walk around. Now it's time to take a look at the interior. And what I found interesting on the key fob, as you saw earlier, this middle button here is for the trunk storage. If you push on this upper button, that actually is the lock and unlock. So it's the same exact button. I'm not sure if the car is locked right now. Oh, so I do have it unlocked. And we can look at the door panel here where it's pretty simple. It's really nice. We have some great leather. There's a small hidden storage bin right here. Great to see. Actually, that's pretty deep. You put a lot of items in there, so that's really nice how it's conveniently hidden. We have the window controls as well as the release handle, and that's pretty much it. This is basically a driver-focused car, especially with having that 6-speed manual. We have the leather seats, which are in really good shape too. And then as we hop into the interior now, you'll notice that we have a turn key. On the 21-year models, there's actually like a fake key that you're supposed to turn. So as long as you have the key fob on you, then you can turn that to start it up. But with the turn key, it's still over on the left side. We have the manual, of course, so with my foot on the brake and the clutch, let's listen to this 911. And you'll notice on this gauge cluster, it's very similar to the 21-year models, except the fact that they have digital screens on both sides of the tach. We still have that tach design right in the center, right in front of you there, with your miles per hour, your engine, your fuel gauge, all of your vitals that you really need to look at. We have a really nice leather wrapped steering wheel. It's in really good shape for 45,000 miles. No buttons on it though. Over on the left side, headlight controls. The side mirror adjustments are actually way up here, which is interesting to see. But it's a really nice layout, touchscreen system right in the middle. I do believe that this is aftermarket. I would assume so. We have all the climate controls, making it a very friendly daily with your fan speed and all of those adjustments. Oh, we do have a spoiler. I'll have to go look at that when that is up there. And we have some suspension settings, a little bit of storage, carbon fiber on the shift knob too. So that's a great touch. A little bit of storage space right in the center here. So it's really similar to the 21-year model. Of course, a little bit outdated-ish. We have the glove box there, as well as some cup holders, which I don't think are offered on the 21 because they are down below here, at least on the PDK that I checked out, or that newer model. It's great to see those are hidden. And we still have the back seats. Now, this is not a 4-seater vehicle, but you do have that extra storage if you need it. Let's go ahead, while we still have it running, check out that spoiler. Okay. So that's a little bit different than on the 21-year model where it's actually separate from that. And on the 21 that I drove, I could not do that. It only went up at speed, so there wasn't a button on the interior. So that is nice to see that you can pop that up if you need to. And as I mentioned, we have the back seats there. These seats do fold down, so while you have that storage space up front, look at all the storage space that you have in the back. Same with the 21. So you're not getting any differences basically in the interior, aside from some materials. It's a very, very nice interior. All right, so as we get this 911 Carrera out on the road, this manual is so much fun to drive. I put a few miles on it here so far before filming, and I love the feel of the clutch paddle. It's not very heavy, so it's very light, making it for a great daily driver. And this manual here, the stick shift, is so engaging too. It's a very short throw, so you can row through these gears so easily, and you know you're in that next gear. It has a good tone to it. Nothing crazy loud. It's kind of similar to the 21-year model that I was in. We don't have any exhaust notes or anything, just a suspension setting, and without pushing on that button, it's actually been a pretty rough ride. Not to say that in a bad way, but this is a car that you want to get out on those back mountain roads. We're on a very smooth road right now, so it's a perfect road. We have a few twisties down the road here in order to experience the handling for this model, but this is a car that you want to take out and have some spirited driving fun with. I'm not even getting close to its red line, which is around 7,000. I'm going to around 4 or 5. And honestly, this has plenty of get up and go. For a larger engine with a little bit less horsepower than on the 21-year model, you don't need a fast car to have fun. Now, this is a very quick car. I'm not denying or saying it is a slow car, but this is just so much fun to drive. I think the manual is truly what makes Porsches really fun to drive. The PDK is a great transmission. It's lightning fast. You're never going to be able to shift as quick as that, of course. But with the 3 pedals, you can easily rev match. These pedals are really close together, so that makes it very easy to do. And we are on a perfect back road here to really test the handling of this car. It is just phenomenal to drive. Personally, I think I would take this over the 2020-year model with the PDK. If it had a manual, I think it would still be probably just as much fun. And you're spending less than half, basically, to still get into the Porsche world. The handling is phenomenal. Even on the gas there's zero body roll, absolutely zero body roll. And with the manual, you can just have fun with these gears. It's so much fun to drive. So for half price, we do have 45,000 miles. This car is in really good shape. I didn't notice earlier that this also has an Alcantara headliner. So there's some nice materials that give it a great look. It's a little bit outdated, of course, but we have some nice materials, this aftermarket system here, to give you all of your modern amenities, I guess you could say. We still have all the climate controls. On a hot day like this, that's a great option to have. Oh, I love that shifter. So this is definitely a really fun car. You could have 3 other people in here if you really wanted to. If you had a 3rd or 4th person, you could put someone in that back seat if you needed to. But what do you guys think? Comment down below. Would you buy a half-price Porsche 911 Carrera? To me, I think this is a perfect value for the car because Porsches are getting more and more expensive. And honestly, to me at least, I think they all look pretty much identical. Now, there's differences here and there. You can get special models like the GT2 RS, GT3 RS, you know, higher end trim levels like that. But to me, all of the 911s, the Carreras, even the Caymans, all have a similar look to them, with minor changes here and there. But I think this is definitely a great option to get. Handles incredibly well. And it's pretty quiet too. There's not a lot of road noise or wind noise. We have a pretty good exhaust tone, so we'll be able to accelerate here in just a sec. So you can't really hear the engine on those rev matches or the downshifting. A little bit there. It's so easy to go through these gears. This is so much fun to drive. Now, I will say on the newer model, there's a lot more tech, of course, with the digital gauge cluster. We have a larger screen in the center. There's even a lot of buttons on the steering wheel itself. There's indentions here. I'm not sure if some of the options were to have steering wheel controls. Maybe that could have been an option, but we have a really nice grip on the steering wheel. And like I mentioned earlier, this is a driver-focused car, so you don't need any buttons there to distract you. It's just you, steering wheel, you got your shifter right there, and that's basically all you need. So it's a really nice layout. If you're looking to get into the sports car market and you don't want to break the bank, you can still get a 911. It looks great on the exterior. We have a really nice interior too. You're going to be missing some of the newer technology, of course, but if you're just looking for that drive, that driver and focused engagement, this is a perfect car for you. As we come around this right turn, downshift again. Alright, I think that's going to wrap it up for getting to check out this 2005 911 Carrera. Once again, huge shout out to HBI Auto for providing this car for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. Brakes do a great job too. I'll have all that info down in the description below. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and smash that subscribe button so you can stay tuned to our daily uploads. I'll see you guys in the next video.